Girls testify to seeing Frank talking to little Mary Phagan with his hands on her person. The Atlanta Constitution, Thursday, August 21st, 1913. Page 2. Girls testify to seeing Frank talking to little Mary Phagan with his hands on her person. The evidence brought out on Tuesday that Frank had frequently been seen talking to Mary Phagan, and that while so doing had placed his hands upon her person, was corroborated by several witnesses on Wednesday. The first of these corroborative statements came when Miss Ruth Robinson was called to the stand by Dorsey. She testified that she had worked at the National Pencil Factory and knew both Frank and Mary Phagan. "Have you ever seen Frank talking to Mary Phagan?" asked Dorsey. "Yes." "What did he talk to her about? About her work? When did he talk to her? When she was at work? What did he do?" "Well, he just talked to her. Where did he stand?" "He stood beside her." "How close did he stand?" "He stood close enough to talk to her." "Where did Mary Phagan work?" "On the 4th floor. What did she do?" "She put rubbers in pencils." "What Frank do when he talked to her?" "He showed her how to put the rubbers in the pencils." "How did he show her?" "He just picked up pencils and showed her how. Shows how rubbers are placed." At this point, Dorsey handed the witness a pencil and had her demonstrate to the jury how the rubbers were put in. "Who had hold of the pencil while Frank was showing Mary Phagan how to do her work?" continued Dorsey. "Mary Phagan." "Where was Frank's hand?" "I don't know." "What did he call her?" "Mary." With a few questions from the defense, the witness was dismissed. Hewell girl on stand. The prosecution next introduced Miss Dewey Hewell, who had been brought from the home of the Good Shepherd in Cincinnati. "Where do your parents live?" asked Dorsey. "They live at 8 Porter Street." "Where had you been before you came here?" "In Cincinnati." "Where had you been in Cincinnati?" "At the home of the Good Shepherd." "What sort of institution is that?" The girl hesitated, and Dorsey excused her from answering the question. "Have you ever worked at the National Pencil Factory?" "Yes." "When?" "I began work at the pencil factory in 1912 and stopped in March 1st, 1913. "Did you know Leo M. Frank?" "Yes." "Did you know Mary Phagan?" "Yes." "Describes Frank's actions." "Did you oversee Frank talking to Mary Phagan?" "Yes." "How often?" "I've seen him talk to her 3 or 4 times in one day." "What did you see him do when he talked to her?" "I saw him put his hand on her shoulder." "What did he call her?" "Mary." "How did Frank act when he talked to her?" "He leaned over in her face."